crossed legs or sitting on your heels. Whatever is more comfortable for you. Just sit down, make sure that you can feel the sitting bones touching either the ground or your sitting bones, that you have good base for the spine. Start concentrating on your breathing slowly. Stretch your whole spine, open up your chest, lower your shoulders down, roll them gently to the back to open up your chest even more, but bring the lower ribs in. And make the breath more and more deep. And keep it longer and longer. With every inhalation, expand your whole chest completely in every possible direction. Feel the ribs going on the outside. And on every exhalation, get rid of all the air very slowly and completely. And at the end, try to bring the navel towards the spine. If you know Ujjayi breathing, you can also start breathing with Ujjayi right now. Continue following your breath at your own pace. And on the next inhalation, slowly turn your head to the right. And exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale, roll your head down and to the right. And exhale, down and to the left. And inhale, do the full cycle in one direction. Keep stretching the neck at the same time and try not to move your shoulders. And change the direction. Come back to the center. On the next inhalation, raise your right arm up, put your left hand on the floor, stretch, and exhale, bend to the left side, stretching the whole right side. Inhale, come back up and stretch again. Exhale down. And inhale, left arm up and stretch. Exhale, bend to the right side, stretching the whole left side. Inhale, come back up and stretch. And exhale down. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch from your hips all the way up. On the exhale, put your left arm on the right knee, the other hand in the back, and twist gently. Inhale, stretch your back even more. And exhale, come back to the center. And inhale, left arm up, and stretch, both hands up. And exhale, right arm on the left knee, the other one to the back, and twist. Inhale, stretch your back up even more. And exhale, come back to the center. And inhale, raise both arms up, interlock your fingers, and stretch again all the way up, as much as you can. And on the exhale, start bending from your hips to the front. And when you're at your maximum, put your forearms on the floor, drop your head down, relax your neck, drop the head loosely to the floor. Relax your shoulders and your arms and feel the stretches in your thighs, maybe in your hip joints and in the lower back. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers again. Stretch to the front and slowly let your arms lift you up and let the body follow. And exhale, lower your arms. And stand up in Tadasana. Tadasana, so our basic standing position. You can put the feet together or a little bit apart, maximum at the distance of the hips. But if you're comfortable keeping them together, stay like this. And again, stretch your whole spine. Remember to keep the hips in a neutral position. Don't tilt the pelvis forward or backwards. And open up your chest, lower your shoulders, but bring the navel and the lower ribs in. Stretch your neck as well and put the chin gently down towards your chest, but without bending the neck. Just move the head. And again, try to find your balance, moving a little bit to the front and to the back. Find the perfect balance somewhere in the middle. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. Stretch your both sides, and on the exhale, keep the stretch and lower your arms slowly. And during all the practice, try to keep all these parts stretched. And one more inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch one more time. Exhale, bend your elbows and put your hands behind your head. On the inhale, open up your chest and push your elbows to the back. Exhale, stay and bring your lower ribs in. And the next inhalation, stretch your arms up. And exhale down. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, bend your elbows one more time, hands behind the head. Inhale, open up your chest, but don't push the lower ribs out. And exhale, twist to the right side. Inhale, come back to the front, open up your chest again. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the front and stretch your arms up again. And exhale, lower your arms. And now put your feet a little bit apart if you had them together. So right now at the level of the hips. I'll show it maybe from the side so that you can see better. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, arms to the side and to the back. Roll the shoulders to the back and put your hands together. Interlock your fingers. Put your palms together also if you can. Unless it's very hard, then you can just keep the fingers interlocked. And on the next inhalation, first stretch again the whole spine. Lift up the waist and try to lift your arms gently. Exhale, come back down. And one more time, inhale. By rolling the shoulders to the back and pushing the chest out, lift your hands maybe a little bit higher. And exhale, come back down. And the next inhalation, again, lift your arms. And on the exhale now, bend towards the front, from your hips. Keep bending very slowly, pushing your arms up. And at the end, drop your head down. If it's pulling too much under your knees, you can bend your knees gently. And maybe drop a little bit more down. Keep breathing. And on the next inhalation, now bend your knees for everyone. And push your arms up and to the back to lift up your body. And on the exhale, relax your shoulders, move them a little bit to the front and to the back. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. You can put your feet together if it's comfortable for you. And exhale, bend from your hips all the way down. Drop your head down. You can bend your knees gently. Drop your head completely. Inhale, asana. Stretch your back, stretch your legs, and look in front. Hands are somewhere either on the shins, maybe a little bit higher even, or maybe on the floor if you're able to keep your back stretched while keeping the fingers on the floor. On the exhale, bend down again. You can bend your knees, drop your head down. Inhale, come back up to Uttanasana, and again put your hands on your legs or on the floor. And exhale, bend down completely, drop your head down, keep your shoulders away from your ears, not to squeeze the neck. And on the next inhalation, put your hands together, interlock your fingers, bend your knees, stretch your arms to the front and come to the chair pose. And exhale, lower your arms. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, bend your elbows as we did before, hands behind your head. Inhale, open up your chest again, push your elbows to the back. And on the exhale, again, chair pose, bend your knees. Try to calm down. And try to stay for one breath, keeping the back stretched. Look into the front. And on the next exhalation, bend your knees a little bit more down, put your hands on the floor and put your knees on the floor. Keep the feet flexed and just sit on your heels. And stay for a few breaths. Try to calm down. And now stretch the feet on the floor. Put your hands somewhere, let's say in the middle of your thighs. And keep the back stretched. Don't round it when you're doing the movement. And on the next inhalation, try to lift your knees gently from the floor. And exhale, come back down. And if you feel this is, you can do a lot more, you can move your hands a little bit closer to your hips and move the knees a little bit higher. So again, on the next inhalation, lift them up, stretching your feet, and exhale down. And one more time, inhale, and exhale down. And now put your hands behind you. You can keep them on your fingertips. And on the next inhalation, open up your chest, lift your sternum towards the floor, the ceiling, and drop your head to the back. Exhale, come back down, relax the spine, the stomach, and inhale one more time. Open up your chest, drop your head to the back, and maybe lift up your hips if this is accessible for you. And exhale, come back down. And move your hands to the front. And stretch your spine by bending forward. On the inhale, come to 4-point position. And exhale, downward facing dog. And move the legs one after the other. Bend the knees and stretch the opposite leg in order to stretch the back muscles of your calves, of your thighs. And then bend both knees together. Put your stomach closer to your thighs and lift up your hips as much as you can. And on the next exhalation, by keeping the back straight, try to straighten your legs as well, but just as long as your back is not rounding. And inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, put it back down. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale, back down. And inhale, come back to the front with both legs. Stretch your back, stretch your legs, look in front. Hands on your legs or on the floor. Exhale, full Uttanasana, bend down completely, drop your head down, you can bend your knees. And inhale, reach all the way up, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, lower your arms. Stay for one breath. And the next inhalation. Raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, bend from your hips all the way down, full Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, stretch your back, stretch your legs, look in front. And exhale, either plank pose or half chaturanga. So knees on the floor, hips are staying up and chest is going to the front, to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And stay for one breath, correct the position, make sure you're pushing off the mat with your hands which are completely open. The fingers are far away from each other. And if you need to, bend your knees in order to keep the back straight. And inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch to warrior one. Exhale, arms to the side and to the front, palms up, and stay for one breath. And now make sure that your hips are facing the front, that they are not opening up. So if it's happening that they are opening up, you can raise the heel up in order to keep them stacked together. And make sure to bring the navel in and the lower ribs in. And on the next inhalation, arms to the side and up, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, open up your hips down to the side to warrior two. Make sure that you're straight, that you're not leaning to either side or to the front. And on the next inhalation, come back to the front with your hips. Interlock your fingers and stretch to warrior one. And exhale, go all the way down to plank pose or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, arms to the side and to the front, palms up. And again, as before, make sure that you're not opening the hips. So if you are, lift the heel up. And bring your belly, your lower ribs in. Lower your shoulders as well, not to squeeze the neck. And on the next inhalation, come back the same way. Arms to the side and up. Interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, open up your hips to the side to warrior two. And again, stay for a few breaths. Make sure again to tilt your pelvis, to not bring out the lower ribs. And arms are active as if someone was pulling you on both sides. And on the next inhalation, bring the hips towards the front to warrior one. You can lift your heel up. And exhale, come back to vinyasa. So plank or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. So cobra was a lower one. And upward dog was a higher one on straight legs. And exhale, downward dog. And correct the position. You can keep the feet a little bit apart in line with your hips, or together if it's not making you unbalanced. So choose your own option. If you're a beginner, it's actually preferred to keep them apart because it gives you better control. And on the next inhalation, raise the right leg up. Exhale to the front. And inhale one more time, warrior one. And exhale, open up your hips to warrior two. On the inhalation, put your forearm on your thigh and the other one to the back in order to open up your chest. Now if you still have space, you can slide the arm in the back to your inner thigh. And keep opening up this shoulder towards the ceiling. And if you can, look at the ceiling, or if it's causing you discomfort, look in front. Keep breathing. And on the next inhalation, raise your arm towards the ceiling. And exhale, both arms on the floor, plank pose or half chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale, put it in the front. Inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, open up your hips to the side to warrior two. And inhale, put your forearm on the floor, on the thigh, and the other arm in the back. And again, if you have space, you can slide it to your inner thigh. Otherwise, just leave it on your back. And make sure you lower your hips a bit in order to have one line with the side and your leg. And if you can, look at the ceiling or just look in front of you. And on the next inhalation, raise your right arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, both hands on the floor and plank pose or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And again, stay for one breath to calm your breath. And the next inhalation, raise the right leg up. Exhale, put it in the front. And lower the left knee on the floor. And point your foot to put it flat on the floor as well. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms to the front and all the way up. And exhale, lower your arms. Now make sure that you're stable. Maybe you need to move your foot a little bit to the front or to the back. It should be a straight angle. And make sure you have some space, more or less at the distance of your hips. Okay, and now put the arms together in the back as we did at the very beginning. Open up your chest, stretch the whole spine. And here just make sure that you're not bending too much your lower back. Tilt your pelvis. So do this movement. Tilt the pelvis forward. And on the inhalation, roll your shoulders to the back. Stretch your arms and open up your chest. And on the exhale, very slowly move with your from your hips to the front, to bend down to the floor by reaching your arms up. And at the end, drop your head down. Try staying for a few breaths. Make sure you're pushing the mat with both your legs in order to keep the balance. And on the next inhalation, again from strong legs, push your arms to the back in order to lift up your body. And exhale, release, move your shoulders a bit. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, come all the way down and come back straight to downward. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale to the front. And lower the right knee to the floor. Point your foot. And the next inhalation, raise your arms. Interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, lower your arms. And again, prepare the position a bit, so make sure that you have more a straight angle on your left leg and that your legs are at the distance from each other of your hips. Feel stability by pushing off the mat with your foot and also your right leg. Make sure you tilt your pelvis and stretch the whole spine. And put your arms together in the back. If you still have space, you can put your palms together as well. Open up your shoulders, roll the shoulders, the chest, roll the shoulders to the back. And inhale, push the arms up into the back. And on the exhale, start bending from your hips all the way down by pushing your arms up. And at the end, drop your head down. Arms are going up and head is going down with gravity. Feel your strong legs, which are keeping you in balance on the mat. And on the next inhalation, slowly push your arms to the back to lift your body up. And exhale, release the grip and move your shoulders a bit. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, arms to the floor and put your knees together, now 4-point position, and lower your hips on your ankles. And now walk with your fingers a little bit towards the front in order to stretch your back even more. Feel the stretch in your whole spine. And when you feel that you're at the maximum, drop your forearms on the floor and your head down. And just relax. If you feel pain, or maybe not pain, but discomfort in your arms, you can put them also to the back in Balasana, the child's pose. And on the next inhalation, bring your arms towards the front. Inhale, 4-point position. Cross your legs in the back and move to the back to sit in Dandasana. And Dandasana, like this. Prepare the position, so make sure you can feel the sitting bones touching the ground. If you feel that you are leaning to the back, you can sit either on a block or the yoga block, or just put some blanket behind you in order not to go lean towards the back. Okay, and Dandasana, so stretch your whole spine. Again, open up your chest, lower your shoulders, concentrate on your breathing again. The deep, slow breathing. You can use Ujjayi if you're familiar with it. Your feet are flexed. And if this is difficult for you, you can bend your knees gently. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch from your hips all the way up. And on the exhale, keep the stretch but lower your arms slowly. And on the inhalation, bend the right knee, put your foot on the floor and lower your knee on the side. Put your foot close to the inner thigh. Make sure that your hips are facing the front. So again, we are not opening them up. We are facing the front. And inhale, raise your arms. Interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, bend from your hips just gently first. Very gently, we'll come back up. Inhale, up again and stretch again as much as you can. And exhale, bend from your hips the same as much as you can. And then put your arms somewhere, grab either your shin or maybe your foot with both your hands. Even if it's here, stay like that, it's not a problem. And if you can go a little bit deeper, go as much as you can. And on every inhalation, I want you to stretch your back even more. From your hips all the way up, but especially the lower back here. And on every exhalation, where you have a little bit more space, try to bring the belly lower, closer to the thigh. And make sure to keep your shoulders away from your ears to make space for the neck to stretch. And on the next inhalation, inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front, and slowly let your arms lift you up. And exhale, lower your arms. And now we will do a twist in the same position. So on the inhale, raise the left arm up and stretch. The right one is on the floor. And exhale, put your left hand on your next to your right knee, and the other hand goes to the back. And on inhalation, stretch your spine even more, all the way up. And on exhale, try to twist a little bit more. Keep your chest open and lower your shoulders. Don't squeeze the neck. Keep your foot, the left foot is flexed. And on every exhalation, try to deepen the position a little bit more, but without forcing it. And on the next inhalation, slowly come back to the front. Put your foot on the floor. Put your hands a little bit behind you and fingers facing the front. And on the inhale, by pushing off the mat with both your hands and both your feet, lift up your hips and drop your head to the back. And exhale, come back down. And stretch both legs. Again in the asana. And inhale, bend the left knee and lower it on the floor by putting the foot close to your inner thigh. And again, it doesn't have to be very close, it can be a little bit farther from your center, in order not to go down to the back. Okay, so if you feel you are rounding your back, you can put the foot a little bit to the front. Otherwise, put it as much as you can with straight back. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. Exhale, bend just gently first. Inhale, come back up and stretch again as much as you can. And exhale, bend from your hips to the straight leg. And at the end, put your hands either on your shin or on your foot, wherever you can reach. And on inhalation, stretch your spine even more, especially the lower spine. And on every exhalation, try to bend a little bit more. It can be, if you're holding your foot, it can be by bending your elbows and pushing them to the outside. Drop your head down loosely, but keep your chest open and keep your shoulders away from your ears. Try to have a very slow breathing. On the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front first, and then let your arms lift your body up. And exhale, lower your arms. And keep your left arm next to your hip, left hand next to your hip on the floor. And inhale, raise the right arm up, stretch first. And exhale, twist, put your hand on the opposite knee, the other hand in the back. And inhale, stretch your spine all the way up. And on the exhale, try to twist just a little bit more. Keep your chest open, so don't squeeze it. Don't round your back, keep it straight. And don't lean towards the back. If you are, try to push with this hand in order to straighten the whole spine. Keep your right foot flexed and on the floor. And on the next inhalation, slowly come back to the front. Put your foot on the floor. Put your hands behind you, fingers facing the front and a little bit of a distance, let's say distance of one hand. And on the next inhalation, push off the mat with both your hands and your feet to lift up your hips and drop your head to the back. And exhale, slowly come back down, chin to the chest. And stretch both legs. And now put your feet together. The legs are more or less, are bent in more or less a straight angle, both of them. What I learned is the position is called diamond position. Greetings to my teacher. And inhale, stretch your back. Put your hands on your ankles. Stretch the back, open up your chest. And on the exhale, very slowly by bending your elbows, forward bend from your hips. Try to do the movement from your hips. And at the end, drop your head down and put your arms on the floor in front of your feet. And even if your upper back is a bit rounded now, it's not a problem. Try to make your back relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, and just feel the gravity moving your knees closer to the floor. Keep slow breathing. Ujjayi if you can. On the next inhalation, grab your ankles again and lift up your body by straightening up your arms. Open up your chest, stretch the spine. And exhale, bring your knees together. Relax your thighs if you feel tension. And move a little bit to the front in order to have the mat behind you. Inhale, raise your arms in front of you, stretch them parallel to the floor. And exhale, roll your back on the floor little by little, very slowly. Until you are lying down. And put your feet close to your butt. And now put your palms on the floor. Make sure that your lower back is also flattened on the floor. And that your shoulders are almost touching the floor. So roll them a little bit to the back. And on the next inhalation, by pushing with all your arms and your shoulders and your feet from the floor, lift up your hips just gently first. Exhale, come back down. And inhale one more time, maybe a little bit higher. Make sure you are raising on your shoulders, not on your neck. And exhale, come back down. And we will do the shoulder stand or the variation, again the one that you prefer. You can either put your legs just up the ceiling and leave it like that. Flatten the lower back on the floor and flex your feet in order to still stretch your legs. Or you can maybe not point them, but just leave them relaxed. The second version is with a block under your backbone. And here as well, feet are facing the ceiling and legs are stretched. Here as well, our legs are relaxing as in the shoulder stand. And if you are used to the full position, go to the shoulder stand. You can go either through halasana or straight in the shoulder stand. Okay, make sure that your hands are as low as you can, as close to the mat as they can. Make sure that you are pushing off the mat with your shoulders and not your neck. And on the next exhalation, lower the right leg down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, left leg down. Keep the right one stretched to the ceiling. And inhale, come back up. And exhale, both legs to the sides. Toes towards the floor. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, put your feet together and bend your knees to the sides. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, go to halasana by bringing both legs straight behind your head. You can put your arms on the floor or maybe interlock your fingers. And slowly, when you're ready, go out of the position with a very slow and controlled movement by rolling the back little by little on the floor, doing a little massage for your spine. And at the end, put your feet on the floor. Stay for one breath. And bring your legs together towards your chest. Put your arms around. And asana. On the exhalation, push your legs towards the floor by flattening your whole back on the floor. Inhale, release the grip a little to take some air in. And exhale one more time. Push the legs towards the mat, flattening the whole spine on the floor. And inhale, release the grip. Put the feet on the floor, join your knees together. Again, stay for 1 or 2 breaths. And slowly come back up by either rolling on your right side or by rolling to the front. And come back to the sitting position. And we will do our pranayama. So sit comfortably, again, as you wish, either with the legs crossed or by sitting on your heels. Choose your favorite position in which you feel comfortable but also stable and your back can be completely stretched. And concentrate on your breathing first, the natural breathing. start breathing very deep and very slow. If you know Ujjayi breathing, you can start breathing with Ujjayi again. The hissing sound in your throat. And we will be inhaling through alternate nostrils and exhaling with either Ujjayi breathing if you're familiar with it, and if not, you will be just breathing out with both nostrils open. Make sure your breath is steady and slow and deep. Okay, we will start with inhalation through the left nostril. So first exhale completely. And inhale left nostril. Hold the breath. And exhale Ujjayi. Hold the breath in. Inhale right nostril. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi, both nostrils open. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. And exhale Ujjayi. Hold. And come back to your natural breathing. Keep your eyes closed and just observe the air for a moment. Observe your breath after this practice. And slowly open your eyes and prepare for Savasana, for the relaxed pose. You can dress up a bit or maybe take a blanket because you will definitely lose your temperature, your heat when you're lying down without moving, especially after Vinyasa, which is quite dynamic practice. So when you're lying down, put your feet a little bit apart and the feet are lying loosely to the outside gently, and your arms as well, a bit apart, in a bit of a distance from your body. Make sure your shoulders are also lying on the floor, that your chest is still open. that your neck is stretched by putting your chin a little bit towards your chest. And in case you feel discomfort in your lower back, you can also bend your knees, put your feet on the floor, like that your back should be more comfortable. And if you do it, make sure to put your knees together so that they are also stable, they are not moving. So lie down comfortably. Try to feel every point of contact between your body and the floor. Try to concentrate on your breathing, but don't try to control it now. Just observe it, the natural rhythm of breathing. And relax your feet. Relax your calves. Relax your thighs. Relax your hip joints. Relax your stomach, your lower back. Relax the muscles between your ribs. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your neck. Relax your mouth and your cheeks. Relax your eyes. And relax your forehead. Take a deep and long inhalation and very slow, purifying exhalation. And one more time, inhale very deep and exhale, releasing all the tension from your body. And start waking your body up by moving your fingers and your toes. You can stretch if you like. Put your feet on the floor, bend your knees. And slowly, when you're ready, by moving on your right side, rolling on your right side, come back to the seating position. And when you're sitting comfortably again, Put your hands in Namaste on your chest and drop your head down. Say thank you to yourself for this practice, for giving this time to yourself, to your body, and to your mind. Put your hands back on your thighs, head back in the center, and slowly allow your eyes to open. Namaste.